Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. This is going to be a timeless message for the collective. Okay, so the channel message I heard was Iwole Gusta. So I know I've heard Wole in Yoruba language, and I know Gusta in Spanish means like, right? So Spirit broke that down to, okay, first of all, Wole in Yoruba language, which I looked it up, it can either mean to enter or come in, come home. What is it? Because there was three meanings. To enter, or to come in, or come home. Some translations say come home. Okay, so I broke that down to I like to enter / I like to come home. Okay, but with that being said, Spirit also said there's something about cultural fusions, like that center zone, right? That was Yoruba and Spanish together. So some of you might practice Santeria or Lukumi. That's a Yoruba Spanish fusion. If not those cultures, maybe you have another cultural fusion in your bloodline. Like, let's say, for example, Asian and black, Spanish and white. You know, there's cultural fusions going on. But back to my neighbor being loud as fuck. But back to that sentence. Iwole gusta. I like to enter. I like to come home. Let's see what that is about. I like to enter. I like, dang. The ancestors is strong. Spirit guides strong. Damn, it's mad bright. But I also don't want to disrupt it. That's the death card. So we have death. Bottom of the deck is a Queen of Pentacles. I like to come home. I like to enter. A cultural fusion. I ain't gonna lie. I'm hearing someone's ancestors say, I like to enter you, as in you, collective. Like your ancestors like to live through you. Feel the vibrations of goodness, happiness through you. With that being said, for some of you, this may appear as you may wonder, like, why you feel so conflicted about what practice to participate in. Let's say, for example, some of you are really drawn to F.A.F.O, right? But you know, you also got Ghanaian in you, so you're also interested in the Akan culture. But you're like, which one do I practice, Ifa or Akan? You know. So it's like for some of you, you're feeling like a battle within you. It could be displaying itself as that. Swallow my spit wrong. But yeah, some of you, it's like you don't know which path to choose. It's like you want to go full force in one path, then another spiritual path is calling you. That's because your ancestors, you have a cultural fusion within you, and your ancestors are trying to like vicariously live through you. Like I said, for example, you may be mixed. So let's say your Chinese culture ancestry is wanting you to practice X, Y, and Z tradition. Meanwhile, your Ethiopian culture is wanting you to practice this. You know? So Spirit is saying you do have permission to fuse this within yourself. Not to like create a whole new religion, a whole new spiritual practice, but you can actually explore both of those. You don't have to fight that feeling. You can explore both of those cultures and traditions. So we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands in reverse. So with that, I feel like this Nine of Pentacles is saying like it's bubbling to the surface. These feelings are coming to the surface for you to explore. This Knight of Wands in reverse is saying like you don't have to fight that urge. You don't have to fight that feeling. You don't have to X one side of yourself out to embrace the other. Firefly, Queen of Pentacles. So I like to enter, I like to come home is like your ancestors saying, I like to reside in your body. I like to vicariously live through you when you explore these cultures. You know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to explain it right. But it's even like, because your ancestors know that you are a fusion. They know that you're not just one thing. It's almost like one side gets to explore the other side through you. So let's say, if I could make that more clear. Let's say on your maternal side, right? You got Auntie Gwen, who is really interested in your paternal culture. So Auntie Gwen will come into your body to see what's going on your father's side and experience it. Like, okay, this is what it would feel like if I had experienced it myself. Does that make sense? It's like, I don't know, like in the movies where a spirit can enter a person's body and operate as them. It's like they want to explore the other parts of you as if they were you. It's like, yeah, I get to see how you feel and how you explore it, but I want to feel it too. I don't know. It's a weird thing to explain. I did a reading before and it was like the channel message, I don't know what I'm gonna name it yet, but the channel message was speaking about entities called jinns. So a jinn in in Islamic culture was described as a entity or a spirit that's not a human but lives alongside humans. But with that reading, I felt like the entity was more malevolent. Is that, I'm saying it the right way? But with this one, I feel like these spirits that want to come within you, which are your ancestors, so your ancestors already are you. If it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be you, right? Because if they're people of your bloodline and you're a descendant, if it wasn't for them, that sucks. I had to restart that because I got a notification on my phone. But I was gonna say, if it wasn't for your ancestors, if it wasn't for your ancestors, you wouldn't be here, right? Boom. But yeah, your ancestors, the spirits that are trying to experience the other sides of you, are more benevolent. All right, these are more positive spirits. All right, so I want to go from here. I'm gonna close this out with a oracle, but yeah, I just feel like this cultural fusion. Some of you are, most of us are, quote, mixed, right? But I just feel like some of you are more aware of what that cultural divide is. And some of you are being torn into certain spiritual paths. Like I said, some of you are just like feeling as if you have to only practice one thing, one side, when it's not true. Spirit is saying you can practice both. So much so that your ancestors want to experience both sides of you through you. So that's almost like saying that is permission for you to explore. Okay? So don't feel like, don't let nobody tell you, especially if they not like giving you a in-depth bloodline reading. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, you can't mix this with this. Oh, you practice this, you can only practice this. You can't do that. They don't know what's in your bloodline. Okay? Your ancestors on both sides are giving you permission to do what you got to do. Do this work. Explore it. Learn. People be mad jealous. Oh, you can only do one thing. Mind your business. All right. Exactly. It is time to commit. So this is first quarter, is what this card says. Can't really see it because this light so mother bright. But that's all right. It is time to commit. Commit to you. Commit to exploring your bloodline. The traditions of your bloodline. The culture, the rituals, the magic, all of that. And not to be like double speak, but you can't commit to two different things at one time. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't peep that. But look, this card literally has two different sides. One side is purple, one side is black. And most of the cards in this deck aren't like that. There's only a few of them. I think. Let me see. Let me find another one. I think it's the first quarter and last quarter. Yeah, last quarter and the first quarter. So there's only two cards in this deck that have this split like that. The rest are kind of solid. So you can, commit to both. Okay? Your bloodline is wanting to explore both sides through you. That is that cultural, just like DNA, right? That's the cultural fusion. See how the DNA kind of like spirals and does that bendy thing? That fusion is you. Okay? So I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. All that helps me get on the algorithm. Bye.